My name is Kevin, and I opened Plántate Café because I couldn't find a good cup of coffee in my home neighborhood. And now we're part of a whole sector and community of people who make and taste and appreciate and love a good cup of coffee well made. So there are three ways to process coffee in general. Once you've made the harvest of the green beans, or when you want to get the green beans from the fruit. Coffee's a fruit, and you need the three principal techniques that we use to get the seed of the fruit out of the fruit, because the seed is the coffee bean, what we call the coffee bean that we like to drink. The first way is a wash technique, where once the harvest is done, we sort of use a lot of machines to chop the fruit off of the bean, and then we flush it with water. And then we put it in a big tank, and it ferments for a little bit to get the last little pieces off. That's called a wash technique, and it's the primary technique. Second main technique is called a natural process, and that's where we leave the fruit with the beans, the seeds inside, to dry in the sun. It's easier to remove the seeds from the fruit, but in the process they tend to take on flavors. The seeds take on flavors from the fruit itself, and will tend to natural coffees will tend to have strawberry and or cream flavors overlaid onto the normal flavor of the bean itself. We try to find fruity flavored coffees. My favorite tasting notes are orange, grapefruit, peach, apricot, and stone fruits. The new wave of coffee shops that have taken over the world mix different ways of preparing coffee and different recipes of making drinks. I can think of three ways that we make drinks. One is the traditional Italian method using an espresso machine. And this uses really high temperatures and pressure to pull a double shot of espresso in about 30 seconds. And there are also filter coffee methods, which are great. There's a company from Japan called Hario, which has reinvented a really cool new old method of preparing coffee called filter coffee. But instead of making it with a big filter machine like in the old days, we use a 1 cup method, or maximum 2 cup method, and we pour hot water, not as hot as in an espresso machine and without any pressure, over the beans for about a minute and a half. And then the coffee drips down little by little into your mug. And this allows you to taste other flavors that you wouldn't normally appreciate as much in an espresso coffee. What we do with a cold brew coffee is we grind the beans really, really thick, and then we leave them to infuse in cold water for between 12 and 24 hours in the fridge. And then we filter them. And this gives you another flavor experience that you wouldn't get either with espresso or with a hot filter coffee.